What is up, guys? This is Aaron or ajmarkle here, and welcome to Disney's The Haunted Mansion number 15. This is my review. So, in this game, actually in this video exactly, I'm talking to you about the game itself. This woman, which I failed to mention, is Mistress Leota. Well, her real name is none other than Madame Leota. She is put in the crystal ball by an evil man, which she will tell in a moment. But the reason she's talking to Ezekiel Elliott, because they gave him the job offer to be curator of the Haunted Mansion. Unfortunately, the reason that it is haunted is because of the man known as Atticus Thorne. He is the head of the Secret of the Shadows, which is basically, actually it's a Vault of Shadows, but it's basically a very evil group that wants to take over the world, basically. In this case, he is using 999 souls to do his bidding. So he's basically a man who wants power of the supernatural. This makes him very evil, and this makes him one of the most evil villains probably in this entire game. But in order to defeat him, you need 6 gems. So all the gems are in a lantern, which is shown right here. And also, Ezekiel Elliott uses Madame Leota to help guide her through, well, that should guide him through the game. Well, he guides her throughout by holding her in the knapsack he had, but she guides him as he plays the game. There are also many souls that will try to stop Ezekiel from doing his bidding. His nickname is Zeke, kind of like Ezekiel Elliott. Maybe that's why I kept saying Ezekiel Elliott by accident. But in the game, Ezekiel has to go through many rooms. He has to go through a lot of challenges, puzzles, and logic in order to defeat and save 999 souls. And of course, there are death certificates that are used and put together to rescue them from their torment. Unfortunately, it will not be easy, because in order to defeat all of them, you need 6 gems. One of them is already in the lantern, and another is in a ring, which will connect to the Vault of the Shadows. So, as a result, you have to go on your own to find out where these souls are. There are many rooms in the mansion. You go to the foyer, you go to the entrance, you even go to the upstairs and downstairs hallway. Then you go outside to the cemetery, the graveside, everything. So it won't be easy to play the game on your own. So as you continue on throughout the game, you will uncover things that you would never expect to uncover. Now, to warn you, this game is made for teens. It is not for kids. If you think it is, you got a reality check coming. Let me explain why this game will never be for kids. Number 1, the haunted elements. Because there's a lot of spooky elements in there. Moving skeletons, ghostly figures, ghouls, probably. Basically what I got. And to make it even worse, as you play the puzzle, there will be spiders. Huge spiders. Like so big, you probably have a heart attack if you saw one of those in real life. But I digress. Despite that, you would still enjoy the game. Also, as you play, you will have a lot of challenges. The biggest challenge of all is Atticus himself. Atticus has become very powerful, but he will attempt to use his minions to stop you. So keep that in mind when you play this game. So as you continue on, beware. This game will definitely haunt you. Which leads to number 2. The elements of like the fantasy violence, even the horrors of what they can do to you. And to make it worse, there's some pretty dark elements in the items you pick up. like the doll, for example, that will help Ezekiel's health, and his facial expressions whenever he goes low. The meter above is a scare meter. So basically, the lower it gets, the more scared he gets, and when it runs out, he passes out, or they say dies, but I digress. So in the end, this game is not for kids, and honestly, it's a very dark game from Disney. Yes, Disney made this game. In the end, I'm sure you want my review of this game. I give it an 8 out of 10. And let me explain why. The reason I give it an 8 out of 10 is because the puzzles are very hard, but the over repetitiveness that you gotta have a puzzle in order to get through a level, which is common, but it's whenever you go through like the rooms or transition, the villains or minions are always there. It's so annoying. Anyway, the last thing I'll say that keeps it an 8 out of 10. Well, it's not as scary as you think, but scary enough. So in the end, this game, while very creepy, is definitely a perfect combination of horror with a few minor stuff that probably could have been better. However, here's why I give it a positive 8 out of 10. It's a horror game that actually makes sense. It actually makes you think. It's not a jump scare type of horror. You actually have to think about what you do. If you don't think about what you do and you just get scared, you lose. That's basically the name of the game. And Atticus Thorn, as evil as he is, will keep you on your feet. So beware. Also, the unpredictability of some villains showing up also can be frightening. And I think the right combination of horror, the right combination of the jump scares, the minions have definitely improved the game. Of course, overdoing the jump scares can ruin a game. Yes, that includes Five Nights at Freddy's. In my opinion, this game is somewhat scarier than Five Nights at Freddy's because you have no idea what you might be up against until you play the game more and more. Which is Five Nights at Freddy's, you kind of figure it out a little quicker, but still a challenge. Anyway, that's my review. So if you guys want to play the game, get an old console. You can even play it on PC. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Supporting the channel can help me reach 10,000 subscribers, and hopefully, I will make YouTube a better place. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. God bless, you rock, don't forget it.